Oh, Rick! Wow, what a look.
Yeah, you said three, two, one, go, and I smile right when we're on camera. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mark.
What I really like is that there's like this sort of really interesting distortion to the picture. Your face is really like oval and large, and you might want to point the camera somewhere else if it enlarges things.
Oh, Mark, I'm in Little Rock. Can you see by the tree? I should have said, look at that tree and tell me where I am.
Are you at the Clintons?
Just drove by the Clintons in Hot Spring and the Clintons in Hope, and now the Clintons in yeah. I saw all the places they live. But no, I met my friend. She's a Kiwi. You know what that means when I say she's a Kiwi?
From Australia,
Mark.
New Zealand.
There you go. Didn't hear you. She's
I
sleeping.
thought maybe Kiwi was like the new queer. It's got
Mark, that's not our LGBT show. We retired that show. Now we're on
no,
to
but
new
we're
things.
gay. What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with that.
Did
We
you just out me on my own radio show or whatever YouTube show?
yeah, like nobody would ever guess.
Marky, come on. Welcome people to the cafe.
Good morning, everybody. We don't have our bell. I got to get my own bell. I'm going to do that because you
I know.
travel a lot. You're just a whirlwind kind of guy, and you don't always have your bell with you unless you
Well,
put
it's
it.
just kind of odd to pack a bell in a suitcase,
Well, it
but I
is
keep
weird because
forgetting.
the security people are going to go like, "This is a timer. This is a bomb timer."
Yeah, exactly. And I'll just tell them, no, I'm a school teacher, don't you know?
So, welcome to Cafe B, everybody. This is our 20th Cafe B. Bling.
Wow, that's exciting. What you got on your mind today? I got a lot on my mind. I saw some of your notes. You're going off of Mark Cuban or kind of supporting Mark Cuban this week, aren't you?
Well, first of all, I got my Rainbow Mountain hat. I've worn it
Oh
before, but
yes,
we're going to Rainbow Mountain today in the Poconos.
perfect.
Favorite LGBT resort. Been there 30 years. Lots of older people. That's one reason I love it, but I also just love it. So my first topic today, and I did a blog post at my personal blog of markmcnease.com. I will out myself as having a personal blog. Um, about Mark Cuban's comments. Now, I wasn't really up on the story, but I turned on the Today Show yesterday, and there's Carson Daly in the Orange Room, and apparently Mark Cuban, he owns I don't even know what he owns, but he's in sports.
The Mavericks.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Third cold in 6 weeks. I hope
I
there's
know.
nothing wrong with me. But anyways, Mark Cuban was given an interview at the TED conference, I think, and he made somehow, I don't want to take it out of context, and I'm paraphrasing him, but he said in the course of the interview that if he saw a black kid in a hoodie, he would probably cross the street. And then he went on to say if he saw a white kid with a shaved head, or a white guy with a shaved head and tattoos, he would cross the street. And of course, nobody apparently cares that he's profiling the white guy. But Twitter was in an uproar. A racist. Should he be penalized? Should the whatever sports organization runs it? You know what I mean? Because they're treating it like the Donald Sterling thing. Is it Sperling?
Mm.
Do you know?
Sterling.
Anyway, Sterling. Anyways, it just really pissed me off because and then he went on to sort of qualify it by claiming his bigotry. I'm a bigot. We all have biases, and of course he had to issue an apology to the Trayvon Martin family. And by the way, I happen to think Trayvon Martin was murdered. I think George Zimmerman got away with it. This has nothing to do with the Trayvon Martin tragedy. But it just pissed me off, and I had to say it, and I put it on Facebook, and quite a few people agreed with me that instead of another conversation about race, we really should be having a conversation about we're creatures of instinct, and I trust my instincts, and I'm not going to sacrifice them for sensitivity or cultural correctness.
Right, and just because you're in the spotlight doesn't mean you should have to watch what you say all the time.
Right,
God
like
forbid you.
he's supposed to be thinking in the middle of an interview. Oh, I gotta be careful what I say. They'll think I'm talking about Trayvon.
Right,
None
certainly
of
you don't do that. I
No,
mean,
it had
really, Mark.
nothing to do with it. But we survived as a species. Who are you looking at? You're looking at somebody.
I'm looking at Bill Clinton. Hey, Bill, what's up?
Okay, I won't go on too long about this, but we survived as a species, as all creatures do, all animals, by having instincts. And my instinct, if I can't see your face, I don't trust you. I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're 16, you're 60. Why are you hiding your face? That is a natural reaction. I'm not going to get rid of it. I was in a lot of dangerous places as a younger gay man, and my instincts have helped me survive. So fuck these people that think I'm supposed to go like, oh, it's a fashion statement. They're just kids, and they're not gonna hurt me. So I'm gonna walk into this group of kids in hoodies because they're just kids. Hell, fucking no. You
Well,
know,
I got a whole problem with it because I think the fashion sucks. I just hate the way it looks. We see a lot of it down in Shreveport, and there's rules at certain places, as you know, certain cities have passed rules about what you can wear and can't wear for those reasons. You know,
but
they don't do it for my reasons.
why doesn't anybody as a society, why don't we address that? Why are we so afraid to say be aware of the effect that your appearance and gestures and facial expressions have on other people? I certainly am. Women get nervous often when they're alone in an elevator with me or on a deserted street, and they should. They shouldn't trust me, and I try to signal them that I'm not a threat. Same thing in the bank. I
I signal all the time. I
I
agree
keep
with
my
you on
hands
this.
out of my pockets, but
Yeah.
you don't dare bring this shit up because then you're not being sensitive. And it's like, anyways, that's my rant. I got really annoyed with it, really pissed off, and
Oh,
like,
I'm going to get you going on this next one. Ding, ding, ding. And why can't we
ding
tell rape
ding.
jokes? Why can't we tell rape jokes? I saw your ideas. You want to talk about rape, and then I didn't know if it was based on this, but I kind of looked it up last night because I was curious what you might have been talking about. And I just say that boldly. I'm not telling you how I really feel about it. But Jennifer Lawrence, who everybody loves, is that what got you going on it? About her comments she made at Cannes
No,
Film
I'll tell.
Fest?
It's to me, it's the prison bitch jokes that people think are funny.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
male
here's
rape that really pisses me off, and everybody's fucking silence on it. Because isn't that funny that fucking on Will and Grace and Two Broke Girls they got a prison? I'll be your prison bitch. It's not funny. Men are raped. It's violence. But
it is.
as a culture, I'm interrupting you, but that's where I'm going to go with
No,
it. So
go.
finish.
I wondered where you were going with that. I knew what it was from what you wrote, but I didn't know what triggered it. And I'm smiling only because I love the way you get worked up. Not by any means. I'm with you. You tell a rape joke and you piss everybody off. You tell a prison rape joke about a bitch, like you said, and everything's fine. And now they're even doing it with women and lesbian jokes. Rape is wrong. But Jennifer Lawrence did this joke, and everybody was in uproar. Cannes Film Festival. The director from Gravity walked in, and she screamed, and she goes, "Oh, I just gave you my best rape scream," because she was so excited, threw her arms around him. Well, the whole point there was, good morning. Hi. How are you, Paige? Good. How are you? Good, good. The point there was that everybody was in an uproar because she shouldn't have made light of the word rape. And but I'm with you. That's all I've got to say. It's just interesting how she can get in trouble, but then the writers of Will and Grace are honored for creativity because of their humor. I agree.
Well, and their minstrel show, but it's off the air. I mean, of course, now we have Modern Family. I love Eric Stone Street, but anyways, that's a completely different topic.
Hey, Google him. Google him. Google him.
I love
Eric
him, but
Stone
anyway,
Street
no,
nude.
but I just that's a Photoshop thing. But I just want to end with that comment that now we're really sensitive about rape jokes, and we should be. And politicians who make rape jokes lose elections, but then stop laughing at the fucking male rape jokes that people think are funny. There is nothing funny about being a prison bitch and raped behind bars. So that's my goddamn point.
Ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Is
Oh,
it
but
my
things
turn?
got spicy at the cafe.
Well, I was fired up today. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
And then, because then, where are we? We're at the 8 minute mark. Oh, this is a short one. By the way, my solo with Michael Broder was fabulous, but it was 33 minutes, man. We got to keep him to 20. We got to.
Well, that's because we're kind of doing a new thing, everybody. Just so you know, we may have an occasional guest on the show. But go ahead, Mark. Next subject.
Well, my next thing, and here is where I take out my imaginary lifetime membership card in the liberal Orthodox club, and I burn it because there's lately I find that liberal orthodoxy is just as confining and restrictive and stifling as conservative orthodoxy, and I want out of all of it. But anyways, Meriam Ibrahim, she's got a longer name, but she's the Christian woman in Sudan who was imprisoned and actually sentenced to death because she married a Christian. Her loser, low-life Muslim father abandoned the family. But in that culture, in that country, they go by your father. So if your father's Muslim, you're born Muslim. Now, first of all, nobody's born anything. You know, that annoys me anyways. You're not born Muslim or Christian or anything. But anyways, so according to them, she's Muslim because her father was Muslim, but he left them, and she was raised by her Christian mother. Okay, so 27 years later, she's married to a Christian man. She has an 18-month-old son, and she's pregnant. and the father's family. And well, I'm sure this is greed because it always is. They've got some successful businesses. They probably got a few dozen cows and some property, and the family wants it. That's my opinion. I don't know, but I'm guessing that's what it is. So they went to the authorities and said that she was an apostate, that she had abandoned her Muslim religion that she never had. So she's in jail under a death sentence. They're going to make her give birth and nurse the baby for 2 years, and then they're going to hang her.
Jeez.
And
Jeez.
the father's an American citizen. And anyways, what really pissed me off and why it was my topic, my fiery topic for today, is that I think that there has been a deafening silence on the left about this. And there was a hashtag Save Meriam, and I went on Twitter and I looked up the hashtag. Almost everybody, not everybody, but almost everybody who's getting behind her is Christian or Fox News or somebody on the right. These goddamn liberal celebrities. I want to know why there's not more of an uproar. And another other thing with the 270 girls who were abducted, great that
Right.
it's gotten so much publicity. But it's almost glossed over. They'll say they've converted to Islam, and part of the outrage and part of the abuse that's done to them is that they were Christian girls in a Christian school, and they have been put those god awful veils on and forcibly converted to Islam, which is meaningless because all it means is you say, I know you're going to kill me if I don't do this, so I'm going to say I'm Muslim. That's all this shit is. But that's part of the outrage to me, is that these Christian young girls were forcibly converted, but the media doesn't. I mean, they really gloss over that. So that's my vent. I'm just really pissed that the left doesn't seem to give too much of a shit that this pregnant Christian woman is in jail waiting to be hung. And
Yeah, it's surprising what people get behind and what they don't get behind. And you would think one celeb would get behind it. On the girls' situation, when the burqas, that's what they're called, Mark, when the burqas went on their heads,
tablecloths, black tablecloths.
everybody was shit. But anyway, can we change the tablecloth now? It's my turn. I'm going to go on just a little bit.
No,
lighter
please
note,
do,
kind
because
of.
I'm done. I know I talk too much. I know
You're
I was
spent.
inflammatory. I was a provocateur. Today it was my turn to be a provocateur, so you go.
Yes, okay. I'm no provocative here, but a beautiful thing happened. Ding, ding. If you're in New York City, or go online and you can see it. The lightning bolts over World Trade Center 1. Did you see those images this morning?
No, and I live here.
It happened yesterday. There was a photographer over, I think, in Brooklyn Heights, shooting back at, he was doing a photo shoot, and a storm rolled in last night over the city. Is that right? Was it stormy last night?
Oh, yes, it rained horrible. Well, I went out to get some ice cream at Baskin Robbins, and it was raining.
Yeah, when that was going on, and he said, I know it's going to happen. I'm going to snap, 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 snap at the World Trade, Building 1. And he did, and he caught 2 flashes of lightning going into it at the same time. Beautiful image. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of reminiscent of the Vatican, the day Pope Benedict resigned or retired or was ousted.
Was there like a lightning storm was that God saying?
Yeah, well,
get out of
you
here?
remember that Vatican story? My friend Jesse reminded me. So they got a bolt of lightning going into the Vatican on that shot. But this is a really cool shoot. Really cool image. Go check it out. And my last subject relates to New York. The changes at the New York Times. One of the editors dying last week. The editor being fired, bringing it. Though she was the first female editor, fired after what was it, 2 months or 2 years or some short period of time. Then they brought the guy that was fired 7 years ago from the L.A. Times in to be your first black editor in a 168-year history of the paper. They're moving the Enquirer from Florida back to New York since it's been in Lantana or Baton. Boca Raton, Florida since 1927. It's moving back to New York. Then Times Magazine is separating from Time Warner. They're getting their own building. They're moving across town in Manhattan. Lots of shakeups. The last thing I want to say, Mark, that gets me a little irate, and I work in advertising and print advertising. They have agreed. Time Magazine this week did its very first advertising on the cover, and Sports Illustrated will be doing the same. You're going to start seeing advertising on the cover of a magazine.
It sucks, but they have to,
That's as upset as I get.
Well, it's partly they have to compete with, here we go, the Huffington Post and BuzzFeed, because I saw an item yesterday that HuffPost and BuzzFeed have buried the news organizations in terms of traffic.
Oh yeah,
it's
well, there's no question, and even the Enquirer, which is shocking as hell, they fired the guy that has been running it. Put him in charge of the Boca Raton Daily News or whatever other property they own. And they hired a 32-year-old guy that runs like a BuzzFeed. I forgot what he runs. I'm thinking hard enough, and I can't remember. But anyway, they put him in charge because they said the Inquirer needs to get more digitally inclined, more internet based. So lots of changes there, Mark. That's what I got.
Okay. Gosh, we could go on forever, but we're not going to. We are at the 14. Oh my God, we're going to hit 15 minutes this time.
We gotta go. We gotta go. I gotta peace out. I gotta get off to Graceland. That's where I'm headed today. See the Peabody Ducks, Graceland, and then up to St. Louis, then over to Hannibal, Missouri. You have a great week, Mark.
And we'll be back next Sunday. We're going to the Phillies game. Tailgate party on Saturday.
Peace. So butch. You're
Peace,
so
peace, peace.
butch.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Bye.